How's it going, guys? Quick little video for you guys to understand a little bit more about the signals when I post them and how to efficiently follow the signals so that you can make the most amount of money from them, and also risk management so you don't lose all your portfolio like an asshole. Alright, if you have some sort of understanding in the markets, you know that risk management is probably one of the best things to actually master, and to be able to control your risk management is very important in order to be a successful trader. If you don't do so, it can be a very hard time for you to be profitable in the future. Anyways, so when I posted a signal, the price was around here and I was entering around about here. I drew the chart for you guys. Oh my god, we're getting a fucking nice little pump right here actually. Holy smokes. Anyways, so I posted a chart right here, and I said, guys, so these black lines that are always within the losing side of the trade are better entry points for you guys to scale into that trade. So let's say, for instance, price does something like this. It doesn't actually hit a TP. It goes back down here, touches that line. What you would do is you would have an entry point here and here, meaning your average would be here. Okay, this would be your average just halfway through. And then if the price one more time hits this level quickly like that, you enter here as well. And it's a choice if you want to do that or not. So if you have an entry there, there and there, most likely your average scale would be around about here, depending on how much you actually are wanting to risk for these trades. So if you do 1, 1, 1, your average is here. Now you've got a better entry point, and if you do hit TP number 1, you are going to be riding out a exactly 1% trade right there, okay? Which is good on leverage, like 40x, right? But then again, it's all about how much proportion it is to compare to your account that you would be riding there, okay? So that is the strategy in terms of averaging into a long position or short position when a signal is given to you with the black lines. So when these black lines are shown and it does hit and this blue line is still here, most likely your trade will be somewhere around about here. It will tell you your average buy, and that will be the trade. And overall, if it hits a max TP, you're riding out a 7.5 hour trade, which is really fucking good, right? And if you even put in more portfolio here and risk more, you probably come to around about here, which is like a 12-hour trade. So that means basically if you put in £10, you get 120, right? And this is all completely free by me putting it in the group for you guys, all right? Anyways, in terms of TPs, I obviously, this is given out by my strategy and my bot, right? TP2 gets hit most of the times out of all the TPs ever. Because sometimes, not all the times we hit TP7, which is the very last one, right? TP2 gets hit a substantial amount of times. Sometimes we don't hit any, right? But it's very rare. Normally we hit TP2 without a doubt. So what I do is I take out at least 25% or 50% on this part of the TP2, just to make sure that whenever I do make this trade, I want to make sure that it's a profitable trade and I don't risk more. So when TP2 gets hit, I take out whatever I want to take out and then I ride it out. So all these right here, you can take out like 10%, like 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, whatever you have strategy that works for you. Just make sure that you don't overexpose into the trade thinking like, oh, we're so close to TP7, we're gonna hit that without a doubt. Not all the time that will happen to you. Like right here, we hit TP5, sorry, which is still, let's say you average in here at the halfway, because you entered here and you entered here, which is averages around about here. This is still a 1.5% move on Bitcoin, right? So it's a very good signal. But you have to make sure you know how to actually be executing these trades to be able to make the most efficient strategy from it, right? Makes sense? I hope it does anyways, guys. So when a lot of people in the Discord say like, oh yeah, I lost a little bit of money, that you can only lose if you still gets hit, and you can only lose if you didn't take profit and it hits like back down here, right? It's all about locking in profits and making sure that you are always bringing in consistent gains within these trade setups. I have many different setups. We gave out an Ethereum call, and I was wrong on this one. I entered in actually very early, around about here, and I did take some TPs here, and I mentioned to you guys it's safer to buy a clean break of this level here with a retest. This is not a really that big of a retest because the momentum is going up. You want some kind of like weakness here, and then you'll see a substantial retest, but that wasn't given to you. I said enter on this level here, but we break down, so not a big deal. We take some losses, but you have to remember, guys, also, let's say for instance if a strategy is 50% winnable, my strategies are on about 75, I think, or maybe 80, depends. Basically, if you even have a 50% win rate on your strategy, you will most likely have a 1 to 2 hour trade, or 1 to 3, 4, 5. So if you win one trade with a 1 to 6 hour, that means that if you lose 6 trades, you'll break even. So from just that one trade, you made enough profits to lose 6 trades in the future. So just because one trade's failed, it's not a huge deal whatsoever. These are fucking great signals I'm giving to you guys. So let's say for instance all TPs get hit on this one. This is going to be a 2.5% move on Bitcoin, and it's a 3R, meaning that 3 trades in the future, if they're all losers, you will still profit. Okay, so just because I've won 1 or lost 3 doesn't mean anything, guys. It's all about your R to R ratio and understanding risk management and how to execute trades. So I hope this video, guys, was actually helpful for you to understand how to actually trade. You know, like if you guys don't know how to do this already, then it's very concerning, and I hope you guys learn a lot more from me now in the future and make some profits from me in the future as well for my signals. I hope you guys have a great day.